Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Welcome, everyone. You guys have been waiting for this moment. I have been personally waiting for this moment. She just touched down, and I'm not, you know what, you all already know who this is, but I'm going to introduce you anyhow. I'd like everyone to notice that her hair is purple and blue, and my lips are blue, and we didn't plan it. All right, let me introduce. First of all, welcome everyone to my TCN TV network. Tonight, we have a special showing today, a viewing, because we have a special guest who we're going to get to. Before we start, let me introduce who you are. They already know you, but I'm going to go through the, I have to show the research that I did.
Yeah.
All right,
of
so
course.
First of all, you won the BMAs in Barbados for Entertainer of the Year. Mm-hmm. That's first. And the best collaboration for King and Queen with Richie Spice. Mm-hmm. I don't know any of these acronyms. I should have researched those, but I didn't have time. The IRMMA Awards in New York.
Right.
All
okay,
right.
That's the international reggae
W.
World.
There you go.
Something
Music
soca
Awards.
and everything.
There you go. All
I
right.
can't remember all right now.
And there you won the Best Female Vocalist, 2009 and 2010. Mm-hmm. And also 14th Annual Caribbean American Heritage Award in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. Mrs. Alison Hinds was awarded for her outstanding contribution to soca music as an icon of the girls' power movement and one of the most recognized females in the soca music world. So I had to go back to come up with an intro because I had to get all the adjectives. I tried to find some good ones. So I would like to introduce to everybody the impressive, beautiful, extravagant. You see these adjectives? And striking yet very humble. The one and only, the Queen, Alison Hinds.
Aww,
welcome, Sis Jen. Welcome.
Lord, I can't get this smile off my face now. Like,
Because
oh
of the
my
blue
gosh.
lipstick.
It's the blue lipstick. That's what it is. As soon as I walk through the door, my lipstick is the same color as your hair.
I was just like, yes, I'm telling you, it was a sign. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. So, my dear, welcome to Canada. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm always happy to be here. Always.
And we have,
even in the cold.
I was going to say, even in the cold, though.
Even in the cold.
You always pick cold times to come here because apparently you were here 10 years ago. All right? We didn't have a studio yet.
Right.
You met with the owners. They have your picture. You're the one picture of... There's no one else in here, just yours. Just your picture on the wall. And I know Grant said we have to get Alison Hinds back here. So you are here, and we are happy, and we are going to talk today.
As Bungie would say, straight off the jumbo jet. Straight.
Very Bayesian.
Straight.
Wow.
Straight.
So.
From the plane here.
Right here. And you came in, you're a little tired, but right away, and this shows you already the type of queen you are. Like this. Your attitude went from to, you know what, I got something I got to do.
That's right.
So let us get into some stuff here. So one thing I said to you when we were kind of chit-chatting, and I'll say this, for everyone who does have a question for Alison Hinds, first of all, please, if you're going to call here, don't call here with no stupid question here. Call here with some sensible questions for the Queen. We don't have time. All right? Serious things. All right. The number...
I like them.
The number is 647-931-4701. Please, of course, call in. The Queen is here. If you've ever had a question for the Queen, she's here. Ask her. But again, if it's stupid, you are getting cut off. All right. Queen, let's get into some questions. And I told you that today we are naming this the Alison Hinds experience because I think, of course, with a lot of these interviews that you go on, they ask you a lot of generic questions that, you know what, I get it. They have to ask them.
Right.
But I want people to understand the experience of being who you are,
Right.
where you've come from, and the type of work that it takes to be called a queen.
Right.
You can't just get that
Correct.
type of
Correct.
status,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So let's talk about something, just your day-to-day stresses as a performer. What are some of the things that you deal with on a day-to-day in your life? How do you deal with those, and how do you maintain this queendom that you have?
Day-to-day, like everyday kind of.
Just the nonsense. I nearly swore. Just the
She almost said.
I almost said it, but just the foolishness sometimes that you have to deal with. And I mean, let's be a little bit more specific. Sometimes the negative people you may have to deal with.
Right.
Sometimes the naysayers. Sometimes the
Right.
ones who tell you that you can't do something.
Correct.
How do you deal with that type of stuff?
It is. You kind of have to deal with it as it comes, but a lot of time, just you cannot take it seriously. There's always gonna be people. I mean, I came to the conclusion a long time ago. There are always gonna be people that don't like you for whatever reason, for no reason whatsoever. It all depends, There are. I have come across situations where there was one in particular that
I was gonna ask.
A friend of mine actually called me from her work and said to me, Alison, there's a girl here that don't like you. And I asked her why she doesn't like you. She don't know. She just don't like me. She's like, have you ever met her? No. Do you know her? No. Have you ever spoken to her? No. So why don't you like her? I just don't like she. So at this point, the girl didn't know that my friend, that she's my friend. She's a friend of mine.
All right.
So she said, well, I know Alison, and I could call her. And you could talk to her. You ain't know Alison, no way. So then when she got on the phone and called me, girl ain't got nothing more to say no more.
Of course not.
Nothing to say.
Kiba.
Nothing more to say. Come, look, Alison on the phone. Come, you could talk to she know.
Nothing. Silence of the lambs, huh? Oh, wow.
And it is funny to me. It really is, because like sometimes I would see people in general, sometimes artists would address haters. I don't. I stopped doing that a long time ago.
All right.
Because when you address and you acknowledge, then you're giving them
power.
That, yeah, exactly.
Power.
You're legitimizing. It's like, yeah,
I got her attention.
Yeah. No, you ain't getting that. I don't care.
So hate.
Yeah,
if you want.
I ain't even saying, haters feed me, and I'm not. I am not going. I'm not acknowledging you at all. And especially like on my social media and stuff, and anybody come up with any comment, you block in a heartbeat. I don't hesitate. I don't feel for you, nothing.
Yeah.
Block straight.
So just erase the negativity. You don't even deal with it.
Because I've gone to a point, as you get older, and when I was younger, I heard older people saying it, and now that I am in that range and in that mindset, that as you get older, you're supposed to learn. We don't all learn.
Always do. It's true.
Some of us don't.
No, it's true.
But a lot of us do, and you learn the things that you should really get upset about, and the things that are like can't be bothered.
Yeah. That
don't make sense. Because it doesn't make sense giving yourself high blood pressure, stress, because stress is kill. Over nonsensical type, immature kind of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't have time for that. My time is spent in as much positive stuff as I possibly can, taking care of my family, dealing with my career, and dealing with the people that dealing with me.
That's right.
My team that is around me that help me to move forward and to progress. And the fans out there who are giving me, and it's not yes people. It is just that encouragement, that because I want to continue doing what I do for them, for the fans, because that's who it's about. It's about the fans. It's about the supporters. It's about the people that are out there listening to your music and taking in your shows and follow you on social media and all these things. It's about them. You know, I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. But it is about, and that is where I prefer to focus my energies, focus my energies in positive ways, not negativity. I don't have time for that.
All right. So I would say this: if you were going to tell, because we have a lot of younger stars coming up now, and you know what? To be honest, sometimes regardless of what you tell people, they're going to act the way that they want to act.
Of course,
right?
Of course. You can't control people.
You can't control.
You can only control yourself.
But if there would be one thing that you would say to some of the younger ones coming up in the industry right now about when it comes to dealing with stress and dealing with haters and the negativity, you say ignore them. It's easier said than done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? It's
absolutely.
so much. So I'm sure there's been some people who have probably, you've just been like, I want to ignore you, but I'm gonna have to cut into you because really.
Correct. No, I agree.
So when you're even when you're there, how do you deal with something like that? When it's just like, I want to cut into you, and I'm probably about to.
Sometimes, for a lot of people, it's hard to like remove yourself. But sometimes you have to. Yeah. Sometimes you have to just remove yourself from the situation if it's possible for you to do that. Okay. You know, it could be the case of, it could even be somebody in the audience that is deciding to shout out whatever they're shouting, or you know, in that case you definitely ignore. Or if you really got something like snappy to come back with,
deal with
them and roll.
All right.
There are different ways, and everybody's personality is different. Some people just be ready to go. Even as an artist, they're ready to be like, yeah, I ready. Let me go.
You want to start?
You want to start it? Let's start it.
Let's go.
You know, that's not my personality. I've never been a person that is confrontational. I was never in fights at school. Like, that was never me. Okay. So I will deal with you if you get me to that point.
All right.
So I prefer not to get to that point.
All right. So before I go any further, because I actually have a time where someone tried to pull a prank on you, you had to hang. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. This is Alison Hinds. Thank you, guys. We are back with the amazing. Hold on, I need some more adjectives. I have to look up some on Google during the next break. I need to come up with some new adjectives every time I come into this interview.
This girl head ain't good, you know. Girl head not good.
the dark liquor, you know. Not me, Mom. Anyhow.
No, of course not.
No, you
No,
know.
never.
Thanks, Allison. So there was this time when I was doing a little again with my research, and this person wasn't a hater in any way,
Right.
but he tried to get smart.
Right.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say the name. I'm gonna let you tell the story. Comedian Queensy.
Oh, Queen's Flip.
What happened?
That
What happened
boy.
to his nose?
It get bust.
Poor thing.
No poor thing. No poor thing at all. And it was delightful. Delightful who set me up. My DJ.
Tell us
our
about this
manager.
prank. Tell us about this prank. Terrible.
Well, usually the thing is, when Delightful and I are traveling, sometimes you jump in an Uber to get to wherever. Last time I was here, we actually did Uber just about everywhere.
Right.
And sometimes Daryl will call an Uber for me. So he'll be like, all right, Uber can get there in 2, because they're usually like very quick.
Yeah, they're
It's
on. They're on
They're
point.
3 minutes away, but that really means a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So be ready. So, getting an Uber in New York and meet up on this madman who starts to freak out. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then you reach back and touch me? Nah, buddy. You're going to the wrong place. Wrong place. Wrong.
All up here.
Yeah.
All
Yep,
up here.
Yep. All of that was fair game. From
Right in
the
your grill.
from the back seat.
Yeah. Mike Tyson knocked out by the Queen. That's what you get. I don't even feel sorry for you. Serves you well.
Listen, when I saw, of course the video went viral.
It did go.
And people just, I see the Bajans just come out. Yes, you don't mess with a Bajan.
Oh, Lord.
You don't mess with a Caribbean woman. And sing. It wasn't just Bajans. It was all
Everybody.
It was everybody.
Everybody.
Down to all the way up to our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister wants to know who has interfered with our Queen.
You know what I'm saying?
Who is this?
You're lucky it
Who's
was
this
just your
person?
nose.
That you understand? He lucky. That's the only thing I could get to.
He's lucky. He can never come to Barbados. Poor thing. You get off and just get mobbed. You touched our Queen. It's all right. I hear you. All right. Out of more of a serious.
People wasn't having it, boy. They wasn't having it.
But there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. So now you've been doing this for how many years now?
Wow, 20 plus years. Yeah.
Let me tell you how you made me used to go on Baden University.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You?
No clue.
I'm a Jamaican, so I wasn't
Right.
really into the soca thing.
Right,
So
right.
big up to my Bajan friends right now.
Right.
So I had a Bajan sister who said, listen, you need to start, let me bring you into soca life,
Okay,
right? I
okay.
used to go to church, so
Right.
no idea.
Yes.
And she put on Faluma.
Uh-oh.
You know
That
how
was
much
it.
man?
That was it.
You know how much man like lose mind? Like like I just remember in university the amount of trouble that song. When that song came on, walls, you know how people like knocking walls and breaking
Yes,
beer
yeah,
bottles
yeah,
and all
yeah,
type
yeah.
of
Oh,
foolishness.
God, wow.
We're supposed to be in school. This is what you did. This is your fault. Okay? So
Okay, I take responsibility.
like
I can't even front right now.
the amount, but I'm telling you, like I remember when I first heard that I was doing this with you, I was just like, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, wow, this girl made me go on butt in school, just like losing all types of sense. But no, how does it feel even hearing the story from me? How does it feel to know you've had that type of like impact? Like, girl,
It is an amazing feeling to hear stories like that over and over again up until the present,
yes,
because I cannot perform anywhere and not perform. From the time I step on the stage, there's people in the audience, Paloma!
yeah, of course.
It's like, but I know step on the stage, you can't get so early.
I don't just wait.
You can't get
Let
it
me do
yet.
a ragamuffin at
You
least
know,
first.
and
let me
I
come
do
into
have
it.
a few other songs that I would like to do, you know.
But it's not as fun because
It's true. It's
I don't know
true,
the name of
it's
the words.
true.
I still sing a whole bunch of foolish
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, everybody does. Everybody does. Don't even worry. Don't even
even know
worry.
the words to
It
the
really
song.
doesn't have like a literal translation because it's a very old folk song.
Okay.
Old folk song. Because
Okay.
we even did research on it when we were gonna do the video. I think the video has like over 1 million views by now.
Yes.
And when we were recording, well, that's when I was still with Square One, and we actually brought in the group that recorded it to make sure that we had all the phonetics correct, because we wanted it to be right.
Of course.
Because the people in Suriname, where it came from, they were gonna listen to it, and it had to be correct.
It had to be correct,
you know,
of
so it
course.
had to be authentic, and we did not know when we released it that it was going to have that
this.
kind of, and that was before before social media.
That's right. That's right.
If we had released that in this time, oh my god!
The thing about it, even now, again, like
It's still a huge song. It's a classic.
Huge.
It's a classic. It's an absolute. DJs will come to me and say, if you want people to get on the dance floor,
telling you.
drop Faluma, and it
lose
is all
their
over. All
mind,
over.
lose
Shoes
their
kick
draws,
You know,
bra gone,
hair thing, everything just,
everything just out.
everything out, every outer road.
But but to know, but honestly, it's and again, like you can say that. There's another adjective I want to come back with it in the next segment. Classic.
Yes.
Like it's you have a few of them.
Yes.
Sorry, let me get another
Yes.
one that I lost myself to. Togetherness.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. That's one of I have a few songs that are like my favorites to perform because the audience gives me so much vibes
That
and so
energy.
much energy. And togetherness, every time I sing, I perform togetherness, people act like it's a brand new song that just released and they're just like
Of
losing their
course.
minds.
And it's the one time that, honestly, all jokes aside, you see the unity. There's
Yes.
no fighting.
Correct.
There's no, everyone is just, it's a oneness.
Yes,
That was
absolutely.
the whole point of the song.
Exactly.
The fact of
The song was
togetherness.
well written to begin with. It was written by a writer from Barbados called Daddy Iroy.
Okay.
The intro, which is the posse, let me see your raise, yeah, all that was written by Terry Arthur.
Sorry. It's reflex. I can't even,
Let me see your raise.
I couldn't help but count it off already. I'm just like, the foot was going, and I was like, all right,
So
stop.
Terry wrote the intro. Daddy Iroy wrote the song in its entirety, and it was produced by Nicholas Branca, and it was just a song that was well constructed
Yes.
and well put together from the very beginning, from
and
the
then they
get-go.
put you in it, and then it's just.
There you go. That was it.
Party
That's
done.
it. That's it. Everything is it's
was-
all over.
That I'm telling you, like,
Yeah.
just so now that we're there and we do have time, so I can bring this up. Square One.
Yes.
This is how I remember you. University. Again, I have to go back there. So
Right.
Square One. Tell me about, because I know now you have, it's called the Alison Hinds. The Alison Hinds story. Alison Hinds
Was that a show?
show. That's the name of you now. That's how
Yes,
you
yes,
go. It's
that's
the
me
Alison
now.
Hinds
Yes, the
show.
Alison Hinds show. Yes,
So
that's me
with
now.
Square One, I know with anything, when you start off with a group, any type of separateness or breaking, it's difficult because change, of course, as you know in life,
Of course.
is difficult.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that experience because again, this was the group that you started with.
Correct.
Right.
And
then, of
that's where I
course-
built, like the foundation and a lot of my career.
Yes.
That's where I blossomed. That's where I became the queen and all of that.
Absolutely.
And that's something that is, it's a very important part of my career. It's a very, I guess, foundation building part of my
Absolutely.
career because
Yeah.
we all grew together because when we started, we were all young and inexperienced, and so we learned together, we encouraged one another, we had the same vision and goal in terms of the band and where we wanted it to go, so
Right.
all of that worked. It was then after I got pregnant with my daughter and I came off the road and had to have her, that's when I kind of had to really kind of think about, okay, how do I want to continue? How do I want to go forward?
Yeah.
Do I want to continue with the band? Do I want to go solo? If I go solo, you know, like really weighing those pros and cons, and having a baby girl and wanting to be there for her and not miss like all of those firsts and all of that. Yeah. So it was a lot for me to think about for that year that I was away, that I was just, you know, that's when I got married and all of that happened. And it was, but I was ready. At that point, I was ready to like come off of the road. I was ready to, I was in that, you know, that nesting kind of mode.
Your motherhood, of course.
And so I was happy to be home. I was happy to be a mom and a wife and just kind of going through all and bonding with my daughter and doing all of that. And it was during that time that I kind of had to weigh. And my present manager, Van Gibbs, at the time, I knew him kind of as an acquaintance. I would see him around. We would talk and stuff. And we had that conversation. He said to me, you know, you really, this is a decision that you have to make. I can't make it for you. You have to look at what your reality is, how you would like to continue forward, you know, the fact that you have a family now that you have to, you know, help to take care of. It changes a lot of stuff.
Everything.
And so I had to take all of those things into consideration when I made my decision. And it was a hard decision to make, a very hard decision. It was difficult to just say it to the guys, you know.
I have to pull away.
Yeah, to have to say that it was rough. It was rough. And the last time that we actually, performed as the unit at that point in time, you know, it was tears. It was tears. It was definite, you know, even in, you know, amongst the fans, and because it was the end of an era, and we all knew it. But I had to look at it. Yes, it was the end of that era, but the beginning of a new one.
With death, there's always life.
For me,
right?
Exactly.
Excellent. All right. So when we come back, I'm going to ask it a little bit more. You know, we'll probably do a little more of this, all of that. We'll be back with the Queen, Alison Hinds, and some adjectives.
Purpose, you know your function, because the function dictates the purpose. It's not talking about what color this thing is. Life is about a function. And only when you function do you see purpose. This is where we live, just here. What we think. We miss the human when we just focus on the black of the hand or the white of the palm. But my goal in life is to get people to understand your function. Let them feel their love. Let them know you. Let them know your struggle. So when we talk about community, it's talking about coming together, unity.
Welcome to my TCN TV.
I'm sorry.
What song is this? Hold on.
There's always songs in my head. There's always songs in my
You have to
head.
get them out though, okay? So I can
They're
bubble
always like I'm in the supermarket shopping,
too. You just
and I would just start singing. I would start singing.
people are like concert. They're ready, eh? They are ready. No free concerts here. Sorry.
And I can't help it.
It's in
It
your
has
blood.
yeah. It's a
in your
part.
blood.
It's a part of me from the time I was a kid, growing up in England. From the time I was a kid, music has always been a very important part of me. Like I've always had that love for music. I knew the radio was like my best friend. You know, I knew every song on the radio. I would watch. There was a show in London called Top of the Pops.
Okay.
And it had like that's where you would see all the artists that are like whoever's up and popping and stuff. I watched that every week. Every week that would not miss me. So music has always been there. It's always been a part of me. It's always been and that was obviously when there was cassette tapes. And when
Hold on, pause. And
there
rewind.
you go. Yes. And when you would put in the tape and try to record off of the radio and be like, oh, you're waiting for the announcer to stop talking. So you could press record. And I know there's a generation out there that knows exactly what I'm talking about.
there.
And then you're just waiting for when the announcers start back again so you can
And when the tape get mashed up, you have to take it out and
listen and take the pen or the pencil.
reel it back in. Listen, you guys, you young ones, millennials, I don't care if
Listen.
you don't understand.
They don't have a. Do you understand? This ain't for y'all to know.
This isn't for you guys.
This
Just
is
listen to
not
Faluma.
for y'all.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's all.
Just listen to the song
on your
and-
MP3 and your phone and your thing and thing. That's okay. That's
YouTube.
all right.
Find it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But we know about
The
a
hard
pencil.
times, yeah, man.
And when you play a cassette tape to the point where it starts to warp. So it's going ragamuffin, 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 jump up and kick back, jump. That's because you rewind
You
it and
have
play it and
to.
rewind it so much times that the poor tape just can't take it no more. The tape give up. It's like, all right, I'm done. I cannot.
So for all you cassette holders, whatever, you guys appreciate it. You know you
VCR
do.
players.
Oh, please. It's not. Please rewind before you bring back to Blockbuster.
There you high five that. High five that. Please.
And we're like, what? The real gangster people are like, we ain't gonna rewind it.
I ain't rewinding.
Bring it
nothing.
back sideways. Can't do nothing. All right. So you did say that you love coming to Toronto, and we love you here.
Yes. Yes.
Now we know there's another place that I wouldn't say birthed you, but it's definitely like taken you in, embraced you, and given you that like well-needed
Yes.
go into the world, Sister
Yeah.
Juan. That is Trinidad. Talk to us about your love, and for all you Trinidadians out there who are going crazy
Yes.
right now.
Yes. And Trinidad keep trying to claim me all the time.
You can't.
Like all the time.
The Bajans have her.
Barbados.
Look on her neck. Look on her
Barbados.
neck.
Yeah.
My Bajans out
You
there.
know that I couldn't find this pendant for the longest time.
All right.
And I found it. How did I find? No, I didn't find it. We were doing. I did a photo shoot recently.
Okay.
When you all see the pictures, if you think that I slaying now,
Is your hair purple?
it's this. It's blonde. It's all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Slay.
I'm excited.
Hashtag slay all day.
Excited.
Yes.
Guys ready?
So, when we were doing the shoot, my stylist, she was going through like all the jewelry and stuff, and she found it for me. I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, you must. It's very. I
was
understand.
looking for because I wear it,
That's
a
your-
lot.
that's your piece.
Yeah. That's my piece.
That's your piece.
Yeah.
So talk about Trinidad. The people who've tried to claim you can't claim her. Sorry. Let's talk about your love, your relationship with. I'm gonna say it with legit the island.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that relationship with the island. How did the Bajan invasion is what they called
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Let's
yes.
talk about
yes.
that.
When this was when like Bajan music really had a spotlight in Trinidad. So it would have been Square One, Crossfire, Matt would have been there, Matt Finger, Red Plastic Bag. You know, so it would have been Edwin from Crossfire, and it was a unique time, and it was exciting. And what was even more exciting was that our music was being embraced so much by Trinidadians. Right. And then when we went in and started to perform, people were just losing their minds.
They loved you more.
Oh my gosh.
I can imagine.
I don't think up until that point that I had experienced that kind of adulation.
There's that word.
There's that word.
She said it in a video that I had to stop. I paused the video and went on to Google and looked up the word and then came back and replayed it. And I was fine because I understood what you were saying.
Right, there you go. It is so... Trinidadians are very open.
Yes.
And they're very expressive. And so they're not afraid to come to you and tell you how they feel.
Of course.
And say, my boyfriend really love you, you know. He really love you. He tell. And it's like, just so? Like, really?
Just so.
And the guys will come to me like, Alison Gill, you's the only woman that my wife say that if anything I could go with, you know. You's the only one, you know. I'm like, and yes, I have a Trinidad accent now.
How did you just do that?
Because and it's through all of my years, not only of going to Carnival, but I have a lot of Trinidadian friends. Right. Period. Just and God Kids, and just I worked with Trinis for a long time. I had a band that was all Trini at one point.
Okay.
Actually, my DJ now, D-Life and road manager, he's Trinidadian.
Pick up yourself, yeah.
But he's New York based. Good. But yeah, he's born in Trinidad. So it has become, Trinidad has definitely become a very big part of my career.
Yes.
And my life overall, because it's the impact that my music and that Square One's music and had made on Trinidad, and by extension the diaspora, really, you know, helped to propel us even further. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. And so that's why this
Hold on. We're unleashing something here.
This is the last tattoo that I got done. Which is my hummingbird. I was gonna get this. Yes, I know Trini's scarlet ibis is the national bird. I know, but the hummingbird also works.
Yes, it's beautiful. Well done.
So the hummingbird, and then just the suggestion of the flag behind her.
The red.
Because nice. And that's your tattoo. My tattoos mean something to me. That's my birthplace, which is England. That's the English flag, not the Union Jack.
All right.
This is the English flag, and then of course the trident. Yeah. So yeah, no, my tattoos, and tattoos, when you put something on your skin that is permanent, it should mean something. Absolutely. It shouldn't just be some random drunken nights and you go and get, I don't know,
foolishness,
Donald Duck or whatever. And then you regret it, it's like, cha.
So for all those people with Donald Duck tattoos,
I put Donald Duck on my butt cheek. Like, why did I do that? And then they go back and do it again.
That's hilarious. It is interesting because I was looking at your tattoos, because I'm myself a tattoo fanatic.
I see.
And I'll tell you this, you're absolutely right. A tattoo tells a story.
Yes.
I sometimes I use them as a distraction, because sometimes people associate tattoos with something that's not what they are.
Correct.
They have a very negative stigma with them.
Yes. But
I allow people to say what they want, because that's not my business. That's their thoughts. But I know, I was looking at you and I was like, all right, I see some tattoos. I know that they tell a story. It also, something I know is that it does allow you to deal with pain, because people who get tattoos, we have a different way of thinking. And people don't get that, right? We've been able to get through certain things. And sometimes for me, and I'm just going to speak from my personal experience with tattoos,
yes,
that I had to sometimes feel this in order to feel something.
Right.
How for you when you got your tattoos? Like, I know I see that's your latest one.
Yeah.
With you, was it like, okay, I'm gonna just get this done? Or what kind of thought process goes into putting something permanent on your body for you? Like, what was that? What is that like?
When I got my very first one would be the one that I guess most people know, which is my tribal band on my arm.
Yes.
I'm synonymous now with my tribal band. Everybody
That's
knows,
how we know you.
Yeah,
That's
everybody
right.
knows that tribal band. And that was my very, very first one. And I got that through the guy that I was with at the time. He had gotten just a little one. He had gotten like a music note because he's a musician.
Okay.
And he told me about this place, and it was in New York. And I had always wanted to get a tattoo, but I didn't know what I wanted. So I thought at that time a tribal band would be pretty safe for me to start off with.
Yes.
So it took about 45 minutes. 45 minutes? Yeah, because I think I can remember the times on like all of my tattoos. Took about 45 minutes to do. And it was pain.
It is painful.
Yeah, it hurts.
People are like, oh, it doesn't hurt. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
It hurts.
And it's annoying.
It's
an
that's what it is.
annoying feeling.
Yes. It's constant, like someone just dragging a knife
Yes.
slowly
Thank you. That's exactly
down
the
your
feeling.
arm.
That is exactly
like taking
the
their
feeling.
time to dig into
So
you.
if you were thinking, if you've never had a tattoo before, we just completely turn your mind against getting a tattoo.
And when we come back, we're going to turn your mind even more. We'll be right back. I love it. I love it. I love it.
When you know your purpose, you know your function, because the function dictates the purpose. It's not talking about what color this thing is. Life is about a function. And only when you function do you see purpose. This is where we live, just here. What we think. We miss the human when we just focus on the black of the hand or the white of the palm. But my goal in life is to get people to understand your function. Let them feel their love. Let them know you. Let them know your struggle. So when we talk about community, it's talking about coming together, unity.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So we have a few people who have left some comments.
Yes.
So first one, comment for you about your
Yes.
Mr. Brian Bernard.
Brian Bernard, big up. Thank you.
We also have Dion Witter. Dion Witter.
Yes,
who
Dion
had
Witter.
something to say for you as well. I'm not
Yes.
too sure what she said. What was her comment? Oh, she's watching. Hey,
She
Dion,
wanted a
thank
shout out,
you.
so big shout out to you,
Thank you for
Dion.
watching. Thank you for watching. And of course, please, if you'd like to speak to, she's here. When are you going to have an opportunity to speak to the queen, Alison Hinds? See, y'all, I'm here, so I got to do it. So if you want to, you can. Call us again, 647-931-4701. And Dre D, is that the name? Is that the name? I got it right? Dre D, girl.
Dre D.
He's watching. He's like,
Big up, Dre.
Island Queen. That's what he said. All right, Island Queen. With her blue hair and my matching blue lipstick. So, and I have to give a big up. We were making a little bit of a joke, but I have a friend, Miss Latoya Brown. Happy birthday to you. I like to say this. The very first time I attempted to dance the soca, and she looked at me like I was well stripping. And you know how you Bajans are feisty.
Yes,
you have no manners.
I know exactly what she said. She looked at you half a. What you doing? That's what it was, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
And she's the one who I do want you to just give her a special happy birthday, because without her, I would honestly know nothing about soca. I had no idea. I just listened to, Shaggy and, Spraga.
Taurus and thing and thing.
I was my reggae head. I'm Jamaican.
Oh, well, yeah.
So.
Okay, so Latoya, I know you're watching. And apparently today's your birthday.
It is.
So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Latoya. Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
I did a good job, Latoya. Did a good job.
Listen, Latoya,
you
right now.
Introduced you to some good music.
You did. And fish cakes.
And a good art. What, fish cakes too?
Yes, girl.
Proper fish cakes.
Proper
with
fish.
Actual saltfish in them.
And Mount Gay rum.
Wait a minute.
I'm telling you, all of that.
Latoya, girl, next time. When, yeah, we can link. We can link, girl.
So tell me, what inspired this name, the Alison Hinds show? Tell me what inspired that. And there's a picture. I have a picture of you. I found some pictures of you.
Oh, you did?
I did. They're good. Girl, you look good in camera. Stop. Stop. We have the Alison Hinds show. Where did that come from? There it is. Look at you.
Yeah, that's an iconic shot.
Look how you're pretty. See, I picked a good one, eh?
Yes. That
Girl.
is a very, very. That's one of my favorite shots. That's an iconic shot.
Yeah, I did good.
That's an absolutely timeless shot for sure.
It's a very beautiful picture.
Actually, it was my manager, Van Gibbs.
Okay.
When we were kind of discussing like, how do we want to kind of go forward in terms of me as a solo artist.
Yeah.
And he felt the Alison Hinds show basically said everything, because it's the Alison Hinds show.
It's you.
Exactly. It's me.
It's you.
So it doesn't matter. Elements around me may change, be it DJs, dancers, bands, whatever. All of those elements will change, but the constant will always be me.
Alison Hinds.
And so that's how that name, came into being. And I was like, yeah.
Let's go with it, eh?
Yep.
It
that's
worked.
cool.
Like, I like my name.
Yeah.
Let's run that.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty art.
The Alison Hinds show. It could be something else, but as a ring.
Yeah.
I have a couple more pictures and a couple more questions. So, I was watching one of your interviews, and you mentioned that you did not want your daughter to end up in pitfalls. I'm gonna go to your daughter in a second, because I remember you said something about people talking about you retiring.
Yeah. Oh.
There's a picture. Please put that up there, please.
Oh. Aww.
The pumpkin.
My pumpkin.
Good picture too, right?
Oh
I pulled a good one.
Yes.
And there's
yes,
a quote up there.
Yes.
I can't remember what it says, but basically they were trying to talk about you retiring. What kind of foolishness is that? Retire from what?
Yeah, people after I had my daughter. Yeah, in the business and just people were like, oh, well, she's retired now because she had a child. It's like, who does that? Like, in this day and age.
Who just retires after having a child?
Like, you just retire. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm done with life because I had kids. Like, I don't understand. I could not understand it. I'm like, what?
Why?
Like, now, don't get me wrong. I give full respect to women who stay home and look after their kids, because, and that's their choice. It's like, I want to be home. I want to take care of my child or children. I will do the runs, the thing, whatever. More power to you.
Of course, go on with it.
You understand?
It's a wonderful
I have
position.
Absolutely no, because that job don't done.
Never.
It's not a 8 to 5 job.
No, it's not.
It start when it start and it don't finish.
Nope, it usually doesn't.
You understand what I'm saying? So when this whole thing, because obviously it got back to me. People have basically retired me. It's like, well, she got married and she had a kid, and so that's that. I'm like, really?
Really?
I didn't say this. I never said this to anybody. I came off the road, and I wanted to be off for a year.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have that first year with my baby.
Of
I wanted to
course.
have that time. I wanted to nurse her for a year. That was my intention. That was my plan from the beginning. So I don't know if it was that I was like out, so they figure, well, okay, she's done, or if they just, I don't know. It is
People were
immaterial at
wishing.
this
Some
point.
of the newcomers were like,
Yeah,
I hope she don't come back.
Of course. It's like, nah, she done. But of course, when I came back with Roll It Gal, well, you knew that
was
I was
done.
not retired. Furthest thing from it. But there was, you know, some negativity connected to that, and also
course.
the fact that I had gained weight after having my daughter, and it was hard for me to lose it because I was in my 30s when I had my daughter. And so I wasn't 20 something where, you know, you could like
Snap back.
back just like that.
It's different as you get older, of course.
And so it was a struggle for me. And I know there are a lot of women out there that can identify with that.
Of course.
After having the first kid might have been different, but then the second, the third, you know, it all depends. It depends
course.
on your genes.
A lot.
You know, it
how you
depends
take
on a
care of
lot of-
yourself,
exactly.
your
It
stress
depends on a lot of
levels,
stuff.
everything.
And so I had that to deal with, to try and lose the weight. And then people, you know, washing them out on you, basically.
Yeah.
So it was, that point was bittersweet, because it was sweet because of my daughter and having to have that time with her. But it was challenging also with having a newborn and trying to figure out dealing with her and not being able to really go out and not being able to move like you were accustomed moving.
Yeah.
And then the weight, and I did get depressed at one point.
Of course.
I did get depressed, and I remember looking in the mirror at myself and just not knowing, like, God, this is so hard. This is really hard. And my husband, bless his heart, he made me feel sexy regardless.
Good man.
Regardless.
Good man. Yeah.
Just after I had her and I was still carrying baby weight, and he would come in and hug me up, and he would be so complimentary, and it was genuine. He wasn't just saying it for the sake of saying it. That's how he felt.
Yeah.
And so that helped me to be, he's like, babes, you don't worry. He's like, it's gonna go. You can put in the work. It's gonna be gradual. It's gonna take time, but you'll be able to do it. And he was such a help. He was such a help. And my mom, at the time, she was more capable. My mom now has Parkinson's, and she has Alzheimer's. So she's actually, we've had to put her in a home so that she's, you know, properly taken care of. She gets that 24-hour care and so on. And she's well looked after and well cared for, and we're really happy with where she is. But at that time, obviously, she was more active, and she came up to the house and helped me. I was so thankful. I was so thankful because I really needed my mom.
Absolutely.
I really needed my mom
at those times.
Oh,
man.
she had that experience that I had to learn. And it was wonderful having her there to just take some of the burden when I felt overwhelmed. Because there were times when I felt overwhelmed. There was times when I would pick up the phone and call my husband and be like,
why is she crying?
Exactly. He's like, I want to take a shower. And there were times like that where she, you know, for whatever reason, she just wanted to be with me, and I could not take a shower. A simple thing like I just wanted a bed.
Mothers, I'm sure out there you can relate.
Yes. So he was awesome. He would come, she would be fed and bathed, and he'd be like, all right, I'll take her for like an hour or two. You go and just de-stress for a little bit. And I appreciated that so much. So for those of you fathers to be, And new daddies out there, when your wife or your girlfriend says to you that she needs a break, believe you me, she needs a break. So make sure that you are hands-on in there as well to help out, because you know it is very much needed.
Watch now. You know how much men right now are just like, they heard Alison Hinds say it, so everyone now has a baby bottle in their hand, and they're all everyone's like, oh, well, Alison Hinds said it, so we're gonna do it now.
Well, good. Sounds good to me.
We will be right back with some more with Alison Hinds.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
When you know your purpose, you know your function, because the function dictates the purpose. It's not talking about what color this thing is. Life is about a function. And only when you function do you see purpose. This is where we live, just here. What we think. We miss the human when we just focus on the black of the hand or the white of the palm. But my goal in life is to get people to understand your function. Let them feel their love. Let them know you. Let them know your struggle. So when we talk about community, it's talking about coming together, unity.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with the illustrious. Did I say it right? All right, the illustrious, voluptuous. Can you tell I'm a teacher? This is what I do. Alison Hinds, and we are here having some actual discussion. And I was just saying, because if you were just joining us now, we've been talking about everything. We're actually just talking about motherhood and how that's been for you. And she's talking about how she had to lose weight after child. Listen, I've gone through all your pictures. I was like, all the ones where you're thick, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Bumper is round, perfect, yep. She's too skinny here. I don't like this picture. So, I know you wanted to lose weight, but this woman like me who can't gain a pound, we're just like... I'm honored, honestly.
You're good.
Really?
You're good, believe me.
But no, I know we have to go into talking about why you're here, because you're in Canada for a reason.
Yes, I am. But, I mean, I could be here to vacation, but not at this time of the year.
You're working.
Not at this time of the year.
This is work for you.
It's too cold for vacation right now.
It is.
I'm just
Canada,
saying.
boo.
I ain't going skiing or nothing, so I'm good. Good.
We from Burbank, but Asian people don't ski.
Nah, I ain't dog sledding. I ain't none of them things. Nope.
Foolishness. But no. So you do a lot. I also looked at some of the community work you do. So let's talk about that, because you're kind of here today.
Correct.
And you're here for this weekend, and it's about the community.
Yes.
So yes, you are the star, the queen, the glamour, the bumper.
Yes.
All of that.
Yeah.
The bumper. all of that, right? But you are also a lot of heart. So let's talk about some of the things that you do. So you do advocate for AIDS awareness.
Yes.
Women's rights.
Mm-hmm.
You also work with the Diabetes Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And of course you participate whenever you can with any organization when it comes to disabled and physically challenged children as well.
Correct.
So we'll talk
Absolutely.
a little bit about that. There's one thing that stuck out to me that I do want you to talk about, and it's about the importance of Love Day in Barbados.
Yes.
Talk to us about Love Day.
Actually, is one of the former members of Square One, Terry Arthur. He was the musical director in the band and prolific writer of quite a few of my songs that have become classics.
Okay.
Like I and I Am Bazodi and all of these songs. He's an amazing songwriter, arranger, producer, but he has a huge heart. And he decided to start this drive called Love Day. And it happens in December, he does it just before his birthday. And it's his way of giving back to the community and giving to those who kind of least expect it, kind of thing. And his name is Terry Arthur. Okay. Right. I think I can't remember if I said that before, but yeah, Terry Arthur. Girl, continue. Shh. And,
it's the juice.
Juice.
It's the vodka juice. It's the new juice they have in Canada now.
It's juice. Right. There you go. And so I am one of the people that he drew into it to be a part of it. And what it is he actually goes himself and buys stuff. Okay. So sometimes he would travel up to the US and he will buy toys and all kinds of different things. And he gets people to donate things, stuff for the elderly, stuff for families, stuff for kids. Okay. And he has an area where they all wrap all the gifts. And different age groups from newborn all the way to I would say 15, 16 years old. And also for the elderly, as I said. Okay. And then what we do is we meet up in Queen's Park and everybody splits up into little groups. And we have a whole, whatever vehicle we're in, you have a whole slew of stuff in the back. Okay. And we just set out. So it's some people will head to St. George, some will go to the St. Philip in the east, some will go into the country, some will go to the north. Everybody goes to different areas. And we're told certain areas to go into. And we just pull up in the area and start to tell people, once we start to see kids, we're okay, we have gifts for y'all. Oh, yeah. And of course, that's spread like wildfire. Toys? So you see 2 children and you see 10, then you see 50, and then you see adults, and then and everybody just come in. Yes. And so it has grown to such a point where corporate Barbados is also getting involved. That's and people are donating hampers, food hampers, that the child care board also contacts Terry directly to let him know there are certain families that they deal with that he can also make a donation to. Okay. Sometimes we find families or people who are below the poverty line, who are, looking for some help and they just don't know where to get it from. And when we come across them, then we network and say, okay, there was a case where there was 2 brothers who were orphaned. And the older brother was a teen, 17, 18. And his younger brother, he's trying to take care of his younger brother. And they lived in a house, but the house had nothing in it because, he really couldn't. Right. And so when Terry and them came across them, they started to network. Okay, these guys need this and this and this and this and this. They got a bed, they got chest of drawers, they got fridge, they got everybody just gave. Everybody just gave. Everybody That's just awesome. Gave. Because I had a chest of drawers there that I was here, give it. Awesome. Whatever it is. So it's that's what Love Day is. Love Day is giving really it's all about giving. And then awesome. They come back out on Christmas Day for a part of Christmas Day and go into a couple of areas again, give out gifts, give out whatever it is that we have to give out. The same there's usually hampers. and they've had strollers and just all kinds of different things.
Right.
People really give and donate, and so if you're interested in donating to Love Day, and you're here in Canada, you can't get to Barbados, just go on to, I think there's a Love Day Facebook page.
Okay.
So you can reach out to Terry from there. He also has his personal page, which is Terry Mexican Author, his personal Facebook page. Feel free to reach out to him if you need to ship something down, post something down, send, money or whatever it is. Every little bit is definitely welcome, because we help, people within the community.
That is awesome. Like, it's probably the one thing that when I was looking and doing things like research-wise with you, I wanted to look at your community, because for me, you see the star and everything, but I am a person who looks behind all of that. And for me, even having a conversation with you, I would have to, like, if I didn't see that, I would have been like, all right, so this is Alison Hinds, and she sings. This is what she does. And she makes me bubble from time to time. But I love the fact that you are in the community doing work. And you're up here. So let's talk about what you're doing here.
I am here for the One Love concert happening on Sunday at the Sony Center. It is the One Love concert. It's a hurricane relief fundraiser for our brothers and sisters who have been affected by the hurricanes, Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Maria, who have been devastated, because I don't know if people fully understand.
I don't think they do.
That this is not something that is going to go away by next year or even the year after. Like, this is years of rebuilding and restructuring and trying to figure out. I mean, if you think about it, just put yourself imagine everything that you have worked for, every possible thing, everything. The house, the car, the everything, or everything that's in that house, everything is gone.
Yeah.
Everything flattened, done, gone. It destroyed, just totally and completely gone. And you cannot go to the store to go and buy stuff because the store is gone. You cannot go to the bank and get money because the bank is gone.
Yeah.
So put yourself, there's no electricity, there's no nothing. Put yourself in that mindset right now. How do you think that you are going to be able to come back from that? That is not something that you come back from overnight or in a month or two. Or it takes, it's effort, it's years. And so we have to keep giving. That's what we have to remember.
Absolutely. You
have to keep giving. You give some Pampers and you give some this week. Next week, you could do it again.
Absolutely.
And the following week, you can do it again. Because that is what it is, ongoing care. There are people who are diabetic who need medication. There are people who have whatever other ailments, which are non-communicable diseases that need medication, high blood pressure, all of these different things. Mothers, pregnant women, new mothers who Pampers and wipes and all the things that go into baby care, women who are menstruating, who need sanitary, you have all of these things. These are things that we can go in the supermarket and go in a store and just go and buy,
pick up
and say here.
Absolutely.
And give. It is as simple as that. And that is why I am here for the One Love concert. It's myself, Taurus Riley, Agent Sasko, Agent Cisco. Sasko, I was right the first time. Right,
Thank you.
And G-Lock.
Yes.
And of course, we're gonna give. We're gonna give of our talent and our music, and everyone's gonna have a fantastic time. But we cannot lose sight of the purpose.
That's right.
And if you're not able to come to the concert, please make sure and go to the website and donate.
Yes.
Donate whatever. whatever, a cent, $2, $5, $3,
Doesn't
whatever
matter.
it is, it don't matter. Those dollars will add up, and that money will be able to go and help and really help these, because they need the help. And there's so many islands. There's so many islands that have been affected.
That's right.
It's Dominica, St. Martin,
Barbuda. Yeah.
Barbuda, St. Croix was also
Yes, St.
affected. The BVI. It's so many islands and so many people that have been displaced.
That's right.
Because in some cases, Barbuda is uninhabitable.
That's right. That's right.
Nobody
They got
can be there.
evacuated. There's no one there.
There's no schools. So people now have to figure out, okay, where can I
Their
send my
children.
kids
That's right.
that they can continue their education? Like, all of these things are things that, like, people don't truly
don't
think
realize
about.
it.
They don't realize kids have been uprooted from their schooling, and there's no work because there's no place to go
No place
to
to
work.
work.
There's no power.
There's nothing.
There's no running water.
Nothing.
There's none of these things that we take for granted. You get up in the morning and flick a switch and the light come on.
That's right.
And you turn the faucet and the tap and the water comes on.
That's right.
It's right there. They had that. It is not there anymore.
That's right.
So we have to do what we can to be able to donate whatever we have.
Alison, thank you.
You're
Thank you for coming. If you guys didn't notice, bit by bit, you saw layers come off.
Yeah.
If we had it for one more
Let me tell you.
episode, who knew what else would have come off? Oh, shout out. Wait, we're going to shout out some people before we go. Go ahead.
Indy McLean.
All right, Indy McLean.
Hey, Indy. Hey, Indy. Hi.
Barbados watching.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
Blue, yellow, and black. Put it up.
DJ Rory.
DJ
Okay.
Rory Wagwan.
Island
Watagwan.
Queen is blowing up here.
Island Queen. Yes.
Hear that in a while.
What's up?
Loving that top Caribbean strong. Yes. Alison, you are always giving back. Thank you.
Aw,
That's
thank
awesome.
you.
Clax. the Vision.
Yes.
All right.
That is one of my biggest fans from the French Caribbean.
Okay.
She's been a fan from my Square One years.
All right.
Right away. Yeah.
We met your second. Okay, I'm Jamaican, but I am still a fan. All right.
We got Alana Zalo.
All right.
Alana. Hey, Alana. Hi. Thank you. I have to say thank you to all the fans who have locked on, who've been watching and listening and being a part of this interview. And it was a pleasure to be here, to be interviewed, and to have this kind of interview where I get to really get personal and talk about other stuff beyond the music.
That's right. We got to see you today.
Thank you.
With all the hair. And
Look
the
who
blue
talking
and
about
blue.
hair. Look who talking about hair.
I know, my hair is very big, but the blue and purple hair. Yes, Grant. All right, Raging Ray. What do you have to say?
Hey, Raging Ray.
Oh, he's a student of mine.
Oh.
So this is a student. He told me, he saw the post. He said, "Who's he's young? He's no Alison Hinds." And I'm
Right.
like, "She's hot. Just tune in." So he is. Hi, Raekwon. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Alison, thank you so much. You honestly, I wasn't nervous, but I was like, I don't know how this interview. Is she gonna be snobby? Is she gonna be? You were everything I wanted you to be.
Aw.
You are perfect. Hold on, let me go back to my adjective list.
Yes, ma'am.
You are illustrious.
Illustrious.
Hold on.
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous, spectacular,
Aye.
impressively beautiful,
Aye.
extravagantly striking, yet very humble. It has been a pleasure for my TCN to have the great Alison Hinds. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. You better be at the concert. I'm going to be there. I'll be up there
Well, I'll be there.
with a lot less clothing. Anyhow, everyone have a wonderful night. We'll see you all at the Relief, at the concert, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.